Hey everybody, Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project, and I'm going to show you how I, in quotes, kiln dry my lumber in the house without a kiln. This is a form of fast drying my lumber by using a fan in a cooler room of the house with a little bit higher humidity than is in the living room. The humidity here can't escape as fast. You can see on the window, the steam on the window from having had a shower recently. That makes a big fat difference on the how fast the wood dries. If the wood dries at a slow enough rate, it will not split and crack. If the wood dries too fast, then the ends will split and crack. And I have done this experiment to see what would happen, and it looks to be a success. So let me go ahead and explain to you what I got going on here. Down here in the corner of my office, I have a fan, and I have the live edge slabs that I cut. Now I'm going to move the fans so I can show you. I have these off the floor, 1.5 inches high. It's actually a 1x2, but you know it's not a 1x2. And then I've got them spaced apart so air can flow between. And here, for example, you can feel a very deep dip in the wood where the bark has dried faster than the wood itself in this spot. So you can tell it's definitely drying. It is shrinking. I can feel the lip. I can feel the dryness of the wood. It is shrinking and drying. But the great thing is, I don't have a light over here. Where's all my flashlights when I need one? The edges are not splitting or cracking because they're drying at a slow rate in the darker room here. And I only run the fan on them at night so that they have a resting period. I don't know if that matters, but so that I don't dry them out too fast. I have the fan on at night, and then I let them rest during the day. And because they're in a cool room, it's not warm here at all. It's a lower temperature here. It's not hot, but it's not cold, if you know what I mean. It's I don't know, probably about 64 in here. So because it's a reduced temperature from outside, out front by the wood stove, they're not drying too fast. So I'm going to take the top couple off and I'll show you. Now I've got a battery on here for weight. This is my my truck battery I brought in so it doesn't get wrecked from the cold. But that pushes down on all the boards and keeps them from warping. So let's lift off a couple pieces and see what we got underneath there. Now, no cracking, no splitting, and all good. They're all fine. I can take these off and lift this up and see how heavy it feels. It's very, very much lighter. You can feel the difference in the weight of the board. It's a lot lighter. Probably has a little way to go before it's ready. Now this one, I see, this one was in the middle where the rot was. Now you can see it's splitting. That was the rot. And of course that's not going to be any good, that spot. See that? It was splitting right there where it rotted. So this piece may or may not be useful. Although the rot went through to the other side. So I'm not sure about this one. We'll have to see. It may not be usable for what I had originally intended, but if that doesn't, you can see where it's rotted here like that. If this doesn't split up and crack too badly, I might end up using it for myself because it's the largest piece. This was in the middle of the log. Well, nearest to the middle. It's the largest piece, and therefore it might be usable for me as a laptop stand. So what I'm thinking, square it off and put legs on it, and because it's going to have some unique colors and patterns in the wood. But we'll see. So that's how I am drying wood. Here the bark is shrinking considerably, very, very rapidly, and peeling off. And that's going to happen. So you can see here it shrunk. There was a little bit of moisture because I dried it a little maybe too slow. But that's going to come off. It's separating. That's fine. As long as there's no splitting. Here's the next piece down up from that one, and there was a tiny, tiny bit of drying, faster drying there. But other than that, I think the boards are looking really good. And I think they're going to work out. So what I was starting to say, you can dry your wood indoors like this with success, and relatively quicker than you would outdoors in nature. So it's almost like my homemade kiln drying process, so to say. I don't know if that shows on the camera, that groove right here where it's really shrunken on the bark here and here. But success, I would say, so far. I'm going to leave them on there, and I'm going to let them continue to dry. I'm going to flip this one over. Let that continue to dry. The reason I'm flipping this is it was the top one, and I don't have I have the cardboard and the battery on that because I ran out of 1x2s. I need to put another spacer on that. So I'm going to flip that over and let that dry on the other side now more evenly. But it's successful. I think it's going to work out. This is Troy from the Do-It-Yourself world and the Off-Grid project. Also check out DIYtube.video for freedom of speech and freedom from harassment. This is my experiment in fast drying lumber in the house. So far, a success. Stay tuned for further updates in the future. Please like, subscribe, and share. Follow our daily videos as we strive to become fully self-sufficient and off the grid on a budget. Making our own lumber is definitely part of self-sufficiency. Thanks for watching.